Welcome back to the Big Mouse House, where the magic never ends and the debates definitely do not either. I'm Jamie, aka the Big Mouse, and I'm here with my co-hosts Carter and Sam on this special second edition episode on Father's Day. How you doing, guys? Good to see you.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Carter, this is your last Father's Day to not be an official father. For those of you who don't know, Carter and Jenna are expecting a child in August. And we had our first baby shower. Carter, how you feel about that yesterday?
It was something. Half the stuff that we got, I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, we could tell by your reaction when you would open things, and you kind of got mad at me when I pointed that out, but I didn't mean to punk you out in front of everybody. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I think as a husband and a father, opening presents at a baby shower is like,
Super awkward.
yeah, I should have let her open that.
I feel like Ricky, what do I do with my hands?
I don't know what that
Well,
is.
I wouldn't have been up there, but my wife insists on never opening presents in front of people.
Yeah.
And so I did it for her.
Shout out, Jenna. So today we're going to be diving into some more Disney magic right here from our couch. If you enjoy Disney, you have found your people, you have found your podcast. This is episode 2, as I mentioned, and we already are feeling like we could talk about Disney World for hours until the parks close. No pun intended.
Ooh.
But for those of you who are just joining, we're all about the fun stuff here. We're very interactive. We do lots of segments that are to get you thinking and you engaged into some of our discussions. We have our social media set up. We're on Facebook now. We're on Instagram, and we are on TikTok. So all you have to do is search the Big Mouse House, streaming on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, and as well as YouTube, guys. It was a busy week.
It was a busy week, Jamie. I agree with you.
What a
Why was
busy
it
week
busy?
we just had.
What was so busy?
He's talking because all of
The flurry of activity.
Oh my gosh, guys, the flurry of activity this week.
We debuted our episode on Monday.
Snowstorm of information.
Monday at 12, and the response has been fantastic. I couldn't be more proud unless Walt called me himself and said, hey, we want to pay you a lot of money to talk about our theme parks. But and our listeners, you are the source of that, and we can't thank you enough.
Hey, and we would love for all of our listeners, you have any questions, comments, segment ideas, or even if we make a mistake, please send
Call
your
it out.
corrections
Yeah.
to us at tbmh25@gmail.com.
Man, we're like official.
tbmh25@gmail.com.
Love it. For those of you who aren't catching on, that's the Big Mouse House 25@gmail.com.
And 25 is the year.
That's right.
It's this year.
Man.
That's how I did that.
I like it, dude.
There were
That's
not
what I was
24 other ones
Yeah.
before us.
So let's grab our Mickey ears, your favorite Dole Whip or whatever gets you in that Disney mood, because we're embarking on episode 2. Let's get it.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las
So here we are, episode 2. We're going to start off again with some breaking news. This is not really a core tenet of our podcast, but we do want to keep you in the loop as far as anything that's going on. And this week, we're going to talk a little bit about Hollywood Studios. Big shakeup this week, guys. As Muppets has officially closed, Muppets 3D, Muppet Vision is done. As they move across the park to the area of Rock and Roller Coaster, June the 8th was when they shut that down, the Muppets Courtyard. I'm sure there's some components that are still there, Sam, but for all in all, I know you're really bummed about this, as I know you love the Muppets.
I do. I love the Muppets. I think that the tough thing about closing the Muppets is it was the original part of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Henson sold the Muppets to Disney, and it kind of feels like this is throwing them by the wayside. I do know that obviously the Muppets are going to be taking over Rock and Roller Coaster, which will be fun.
That's right.
I think Disney has promised to keep the spirit of Muppet 3D alive, Muppet Vision 3D. They have spent a lot of time filming in there. They've been taking a lot of pictures. I feel like they're going to recreate it somewhere.
Sure.
They're going to move it.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're going to have to bring this back at some point across the park. There's so much room over there by Rock and Roller Coaster.
It's true.
So I think that villain. This is just totally. This is my hypothesis. That villain show that is right there by Rock and Roller Coaster. Okay, it just opened very
Yeah.
recently. That is a placeholder
Yeah.
until Villains Land opens.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And when Villains Land open, they don't need a villain show there. They've already got Fantasmic. So why do they don't need both?
That's right. Good point.
So
Yeah.
maybe that'll be the new Muppet Vision 3D place. I don't know. What you think,
Maybe.
Carter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sad about it too. It's not by any means the most like popular, like wouldn't say it's my favorite, but going like we talked about last week, like that's one of my first Disney memories is seeing Kermit coming out of the building.
Yeah.
Above the door and watching the show and like the 3D and 4D aspects of it. And so I'm pretty sad that it's gone, but
Even though you know it was coming, it still made you laugh. I mean, Sam, no pun intended here again, but Sam the Eagle, he just makes me laugh so much. But I did see as a nod, you're talking about preserving the history. Did you see who the last person was that they let watch it?
No.
Jim Henson's daughter.
wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, nice little touch, Disney. But
Because this was the last thing that Jim Henson personally worked on.
gotcha.
Hmm.
Well, they
Yeah.
honored and they made a big deal, and she was waving at everybody, that type of thing. But what I want to make sure that what I really have is breaking news, because that's kind of old news. Again, that was happening last week. Rock and Roller Coaster, they announced with the Aerosmith version, will remain open through the end of 2025 at
Wow.
least. And so
Okay.
they're not just going to, cut it off right there. It'll be a gradual thing. So we'll still
Yeah.
have plenty of time for people to get there and experience that ride, because that's a very popular ride as well. It's one of the fastest roller coasters in all of Disney World, and specifically for Hollywood Studios. But people still do love it. Shout out my boy Jamie Slade. That's one of his favorites. He loves the loop-de-loops on that one. So through the end of 2025, Rock and Roller Coaster will remain. That's the main thing I wanted to make sure I brought to light today.
Yeah, I think it's important that it stays open because Disney is an amusement park, but there's not very many super thrill rides.
Thrill ride, yeah.
Like Tower of Terror right there next to it. But Rock and Roller Coaster is one of the more intense. And so for the people that enjoy that type of thing, I think it's important for it to stay open for as long as possible before they shut it down.
Great.
And
So
the
that's
music of Aerosmith is timeless as well.
True,
Yeah, Steven Tyler. I mean,
Get to stretch
dude,
limo.
he gives us a VIP backstage
That's
pass.
right.
I mean,
They're
that's
all
a
about the
big
fans.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all about the fans. Everybody knows that. But yeah, I am looking forward to see how they insert the Muppets into that ride.
Mhm.
I mean, I was really anti at first, but the Muppets need to be in Disney World at
That's
some
right.
point. Hollywood Studios is the only park that the Muppets should be in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's do it right.
Yeah.
I know that Disney also pays a licensing fee to Aerosmith. So they own Muppets. So it's going to be cheaper for them also to expand the Muppets' reach. That's big for Disney,
Yeah.
big for us. We want more Muppets.
There you go. All right. There's your breaking news, guys.
Ah, there you are.
Hey, our next segment's going to be blind rankings. We had a lot of good feedback on blind rankings from last week.
This was a crowd favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Carter, you did a great job.
Thank
So
you.
I'm hopeful to come
got
back with a
this.
good one. So this blind ranking, if you don't know what blind ranking is, basically I'm going to go, I'm going to give you 4 things. We're going to go 5 things, sorry, one by one. And you're going to rank, is it the best, the second best, third, fourth, or fifth best? And you don't know what's coming up next.
Okay.
So this could be a good thing, a bad thing. You don't know.
Hmm.
Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to blind rank Fantasyland attractions.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Fantasyland attractions.
Are there 5?
Well, there's many. There's
All
way
right.
more than you think, and you're going to get those now. So
Okay.
here we go. First attraction. Rank it 1 to 5. I'm going to let Carter and Jamie both rank these. First one, the Mad Tea Party.
Oh.
Mm,
Have you ever ridden this?
I've
ridden
been on it once
Okay.
and I hated it. Just spinning is not for me.
Okay.
I have a light stomach. But I'm scared Tomorrowland Speedway's on here somewhere.
What's in Tomorrowland? It's not
That's in
fantasy.
That's
Tomorrowland, so
true.
you're
They're
safe.
like right next to each other. So okay. I'll put it 4 just in case there's something I'm not thinking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a big Mad Tea Party fan, but it is a nod to one of the originals, classic rides in Disney World and Disneyland, of course. What I do appreciate about it is that even though you are spinning a lot, you don't have to spin your teacup.
That's true.
You can just chill out in there,
Yeah.
unless you're riding with Henry Jones, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. But I made that boy put in some work last time we rode that together. I said, I'm gonna sit back here and I want you to spin it as hard as you can. And he was wore out. But you don't have to spin it crazy to get all dizzy. But it is, I don't have a daughter. I can imagine if I had a daughter that I experienced, tea time with, it may be a little bit more special. But I do like Alice in Wonderland. I do like those characters. But I'm like Carter. I'm going to slot that as 4 as well, because there's some other things that I know is out there that I'm not going to be a fan of. So 4 for me, Sam.
Okay. Next up, the Barnstormer.
Oh, you better tread lightly, boy, with your mama.
Oh, yeah. just getting into our family, this is always like the first thing we do when we get to Disney.
Y'all rope dropping the Barnstormer?
No, not like
We have.
but like, you fly in, you get Magic Kingdom for about half a day because you're arriving, whatever. For whatever reason, it's always the Barnstormer. Maybe because there's not a long wait. It's like, let's just go knock it out. But this one is a family favorite for us. I love riding this with my mom because of the way she screams. Love riding it with Henry because of the way he screams. So I'm gonna slot this at 2.
Whoa! Wow! Big
Okay.
jump there.
Just
Yeah.
it's the personal tie to it, I guess, is what's
Yeah.
really doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give a little pre-information as well. Definitely riding this with my wife, Mrs. Big Mouse, is an experience all in itself. Chrissy will scream like crazy on this ride, to the point where little kids are maybe a little afraid of what's going on because they see this grown lady acting crazy on this kiddie roller coaster.
You would think you're on Rock and Roller Coaster,
Yeah.
just the way she screams.
But she has a great time, and hey, that's another aspect of Disney World that I just
That's
love. And yeah, this is a good memory for Henry. Give him a little shout out too. The first time he rode this with us, I think Sam and Emily were not with us on this trip, but riding it with Henry was just a blast. The term "this is a straight up mama" came from the Barnstormer, and he had a great time. Even to the point where he was screaming "Why me, Lord?" As he was riding it, so it was really funny. I'm going to go ahead and slot this one at 3, though.
3.
Barnstormer 3. But I will throw this out as well. If you are taking your kids to Disney World for the first time and you're a little nervous about how they're going to do on thrill rides, Barnstormer is the epitome of
Agreed.
where you need to start, because it's very short. It's not very droppy. It's very simple. Obviously, with the theming of Goofy, it's very simple theming to it as well. So that's a great one for you to start with. That's just a little extra bonus there, Sam. So I'm going 3.
Okay, let me ask you this question about the Barnstormer since we're here. What's the maximum amount of time you'd wait for the Barnstormer?
20 minutes.
Jamie?
Yeah, I don't know that I'd wait much more than 20 minutes.
But I will say, it feels like one of those that the wait time is always shorter than what it's posted.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that on purpose to keep people from going.
Well, it's also because the ride only lasts like
It's only like a
30
second
seconds.
ride.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
So-
it's constantly moving.
Cool. All right, next one for Fantasyland attractions. Man, what a classic this one is. Peter Pan's Flight.
All right. Yeah, this one's going to go at 2 for me.
Okay.
I know it's an older ride and it's not, I guess you call it thrilling ride, but it is a classic. I'm only putting it at 2 and not 1 because it always has such an extensive wait time, and I don't understand why. It's a ride that constantly moves, so people are always getting on and getting off. It's not a very long ride, but man, this one always stays above at least an hour wait time. But flying around Peter Pan Land or whatever you want to call it, Neverland, it's always fun to see that. I know they've done some retheming to it, some updates to it, and Captain Hook always makes me laugh, and with Shmee and all the storylines with that. That's right. So I'm gonna go 2 on that one, Carter.
Yeah, I'm going to put this at 3.
Wow.
I established last week that while I have a respect for the older things of Disney World, it's not as important to me as it is for you guys. Just I guess because I'm younger, but I'm with you. Like, why this ride has such a long wait all the time is just beyond me.
Yeah.
It does stop sometimes, and that I think that has something to do with it. But to me, all those the Peter Pan, the Winnie the Pooh, all those rides are the same to me, and I'm not a big Peter Pan fan, so.
Gotcha.
But I'm still saving my 5 just in case. I'll put it at 3.
One little extra tidbit on that one too. I think it's a nice touch when the last person before you actually take off sprinkles the pixie dust on there for the little kids, and makes them think they're going to fly, and
Right.
which they are. I can't deny that they're going to fly, but
Yeah. I think you're right, Carr. What you're saying about Peter Pan is right. I think the older generation, and I'll include myself in that, Peter Pan was a core movie for a lot of us. It's one of the best Disney movies, in my opinion, and I'm very, very shocked that Disney has not tried to revive Peter Pan in some sort of fashion,
Give them
considering
some time; they'll get around to it.
considering that's all they do now is retheme old movies and bring them back as live action. I know we had Hook, which is not a Disney production, but man, Peter Pan is such a good movie. I love the ride. I agree with you; it is a normal ride, but again, I think that's what makes Disney great, and Disney World just even better. than any other theme park is that they make simple rides like that magical.
Yeah.
And that is a simple ride where you're literally going in a circle. But with the flying, with the going off the ground, and they do such a good job with those kind of rides. So a regular ride, another theme park, or even Universal or whoever may not make as magical, Disney takes the magic to a higher level than anybody else. So I do love that ride. Yep. Okay. We got 2 more here.
I got both extremes left. I got 1 and 5 left.
I do too.
1 and 5.
A little nervous.
Okay. All right. Next one. 7 Dwarves Mine Train.
I knew this was coming. One of my favorite rides. This is my one. This is like, I remember the first time I rode it. The turns and I love it. The theming is great. That's about the most extreme I want on a roller coaster.
Okay.
And it's just perfect. It's not perfect, but in terms of Fantasyland rides, it's as good as it gets for me. So I'm gonna put that at my 1 pretty confidently.
Okay. I'm going to have to go to 5 here.
Okay.
Not because I slotted under the rest, but Disney World, I am the big mouse. And so there are certain rides that I feel very comfortable on. And there are some rides that I do not. 7 Dwarfs Mine Train is number 1 for the most uncomfortable ride for me in Disney World. And it's not really because I can't fit, from a size standpoint. There is no legroom whatsoever.
That's true.
Yeah.
And when I tell you my knees are shoved up into the back of the wood log, whatever that
barrel,
is.
right? It's a barrel.
A barrel, thank you. It is so uncomfortable, and when you're making those tight turns and everything, it's miserable for me. So, sorry, I'm going 5. Some people are going to really put me some hate mail on that one, but just from the big mouth standpoint, I'm going 5.
All hate mail direct to tbmh25@gmail.com.
That's
Okay.
another one. This is for the free. That's another one that's great to ride with mom.
Yeah,
She screams like her hair's on fire.
Yeah.
Every
It's-
time.
One of the hidden things about that ride I really enjoy is the way the barrel swings. I just
Yeah.
enjoy when you can swing the barrel. Just an extra little tidbit
Mhm.
to that ride. Okay. Last one. I'm sorry about this. It's a Small World.
oh,
Yeah, easy
gracious,
5.
Dadgummit.
Come at me, Disney purists. Come at me, traditionalists. The legroom is worse on Small World than it is on 7 Dwarves. I think that's the same boats they've been using since whenever the ride opened.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, you get stuck in there like we did last
Yeah.
time. You're about ready to call it a day.
Yeah,
At least it's air conditioned.
that's true.
I know, but even you saying that, now that song's stuck in my head, and it will be the rest of this episode. And I'm not happy about it.
Yeah. Obviously, I only have my 1 slot left, so I've got to go there. I could easily justify it by saying it is, again, a classic Disney ride attraction. But in reality, even the older I've got, and nobody's more, loyal to the classics like I am. But Small World, I just, wow. And again, my number 1 complaint with it is that it gets stuck so much. When you're ready to kind of get off the ride and you are ready to go to do something else, those boats back up and it takes forever to get off of those things. It's nothing for those things to be stacked up 7, 8, 9 deep
Mhm.
in order to get off. So I have to put it at 1 because I'm a man of honor. I have to honor that. But it's definitely not. So in other words, I hate this list, Sam.
Okay.
So you did a great job with this.
Well, and some of the rides I left off were, of course, what were some fantasy rides that didn't make it? What do y'all remember any Fantasyland rides that didn't
Winnie
make
the
the
Pooh?
list? Winnie the Pooh didn't make the
So
list.
we're not calling Phil Her Magic any of the shows.
Phil Her
anymore?
Magic attraction,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Phil Her
We
Magic.
got the carousel. Is
The
that Fantasyland?
carousel,
No. I'm like the Cinderella.
Cinderella's carousel, sure.
So if you're going to count Fantasyland, then you got to put Dumbo in there.
Dumbo,
Dumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yep.
The
And then
splash pad. That'd have been
the
number 1 for
splash
me.
pad, Casey Jr.'s. And also, of course, Under the Sea, Little Mermaid
yeah,
Yeah.
is Fantasyland as well. But there we go. So Fantasyland
Gotcha.
rides, yeah, if I was to rank those, Carter definitely took.
I feel really
the
good
top
about
spot.
that. I don't know if I would have changed it knowing all 5 in advance.
Yeah, I feel like you did pretty much what I would have done.
nobody likes a bragger, Carter.
What can I say?
Hey, but there's got to be a winner and a loser. And I think Carter won that one.
I am the loser this
I saw
round.
the list before we started. No, I'm
Did
just
you
kidding. No. No.
I'm trash.
So next up, we're going to start a segment called Where Am I?
Okay.
So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some clues. about an attraction, could be a ride, could be a restaurant, could be a show.
Okay.
Somewhere in Disney World, Orlando. We'll stay in Orlando. And as the clues go, they're going to get more specific to this thing that I'm describing.
Okay.
And so the first person to guess what I'm describing wins.
What do we win?
The satisfaction of winning.
Okay.
That's the most magical thing we have.
Boo.
So here's the catch. You only get one guess.
Sure.
So you better make sure you know it.
So if you guess it off the first clue and you're wrong, then the other person can just hear all the clues and they pretty much will win.
Do we
Okay.
get more points for guessing earlier?
You either win or lose, so
Wow.
doesn't matter really how many
Wow,
points
no
you
middle
get.
ground.
Okay.
You win or you lose.
Here we go.
Are you ready? Clue number 1. This premiered at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom on October 1st, 1971 as one of the original opening day attractions. Okay. Number
I'll
2.
pass.
Pass. Number 2. Tokyo Disneyland still runs a version of this show with 2 seasonal spin-offs.
Seasonals.
They have a winter spin-off and a summer spin-off.
Okay.
Pass.
Number 3. The original show runs about 16 minutes.
I think I'm narrowing it down.
You're saying show a lot.
Yeah.
Specifically.
It is a show. I'll
Okay.
give you that.
Thanks, Carter.
You're welcome.
Because you said show. Yeah.
The exit hallway contains posters and nods to characters that are not featured in this show.
Oh.
I see some gears spinning. Anybody ready to make a guess?
Absolutely not.
Okay. The original version featured 15 musical numbers.
Oh my gracious.
Oh, we got a bell, Jamie.
The Enchanted Tiki Room.
That is incorrect.
Dadgummit, I'm out.
Oh, man.
I'm out. The variety of songs got me.
So there's absolutely no reason for me to guess.
It's true.
Okay, great. Well, let's hear more clues, Carter.
Well, only have 2 more.
Oh, great.
So if you'd have waited one more, Dad, I think you would have got it.
Okay.
Okay, great.
The stage is sectioned off into 5 curtained stages.
Oh, what? Okay, that's what I was thinking.
I am so depressed right now.
Sam,
I am so depressed.
I believe it would be Country Bear Jamboree.
that is correct.
Oh, I'm so
the
depressed.
Country Bear Jamboree.
That's
Wow.
what I was thinking a couple rounds ago. And you said the thing about all the characters who weren't in it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, crud, there's only like 6 bears. So, okay, got it.
My final clue, just for kicks and giggles, featured in the auditorium is Max the deer,
Mhm.
Oh,
Buff the buffalo, and what's the moose's name?
I don't remember. Larry.
Melvin.
Melvin.
Melvin the moose.
Melvin the Moose.
So congratulations, Sam, on winning
Good job,
the first
Sam.
ever
I bow to your knowledge.
Thank you so
game
much.
of Where Am I?
Thank you so much.
That was so fun. Let's do it again.
All right, I've got to where am I? Here we go. Clue number 1. You'll find my path surrounded by rocks and mysteries.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Gosh.
All right. Wow. Clue number 2. I'm steep and fast and cold. Carter,
I think I just sniped this.
go ahead.
Is this Expedition Everest?
It is Expedition Everest. Very
My
good.
gracious.
Cold, mystery, the mystery
Yeah.
of the Yeti, rocks, you're in the mountain.
That's right. Clue 3 was going to be you might meet a Yeti on your journey. And then
That could
clue
be
4
anything.
was
If you're playing along, sorry, we just totally ruined that one for
I
you.
go frontwards and backwards. I think some people were screaming that one. I think
Yeah,
they heard the
I think they got off
mystery
mystery and rocks.
and the cold.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Let me do another one.
All right.
I'm full of chaos and cartoon physics. Jamie.
That would be Figment.
No.
Oh, I have
Well,
something.
hang on. That could be. I mean, that's a broad clue, though,
yeah,
right? So
that's why you
it's
gotta
more-
wait.
Yeah, wait. Clue number 2.
You're out.
I'm out.
It's all me now.
You might be sucked into a whirlwind of 2D animation.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm gonna lock it down. So give me the next one.
A runaway train might take you here with no track.
I'm gonna go with Slinky Dog Dash. No, I'm just
You're
kidding.
jo-
I'm
oh
just
my
kidding.
gosh.
What is happening?
No, that's definitely Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad.
Very good.
Oh. That's not correct.
What?
He said Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad.
Oh, it's
Railway.
Railway.
Sorry, you're out.
Mm.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm trying to clink you in.
Figment was, in other
It's
words.
a lot closer than Figment.
Yeah, good point. Okay. Let me give you this one. Oh, this is a restaurant.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm a throwback to mid-century America.
I'm down to 2. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. Here, you can eat under the stars. Jamie.
Dang it. The sci-fi drive-in.
Very good.
Nice.
Sci-fi dine-in theater restaurant.
Boom,
Very
boom.
nice.
1-1.
Very
No, I have
good.
2.
Yeah, you've already beat me.
Yeah.
All right. I
That's
stumped
all
the big mouse again. That's 2 episodes in a row.
Hey, we're not done. I could do another one.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, one
Carter,
more.
real quick that you're trying to get your dad here. Okay, here we go. You're riding through scenes from the golden age of movies. You might be kidnapped by a gangster. Yes, Jamie.
That would be the great movie ride.
That is
That's what I was
correct.
thinking. I was
For
like,
any of you,
would he do a
throwback.
ride that's not
It's
there
a
anymore?
throwback. Yeah, it's
I had it
gone.
off the first one, but I was going to ask if we're doing just current things.
I was the same way.
It's gone.
Don't try to steal my
The great
thunder,
movie
bro.
ride, spectacular ride.
the most niche thing I remember from that ride.
Oh yeah,
You know, they have the scene with all the props, or not the scene, but like the room with all the props from
Yeah,
the movies.
that's a very very cool.
I
part.
remember seeing the wings from the Sorcerer's Apprentice
Oh, wow.
and
Oh,
thinking those
wow.
were so cool.
That's cool.
Did you try to get out and
No, but it was
yeah,
cool.
They don't look too
I don't know
lovely,
why I
do they?
remember that, but
All right, this is the tiebreaker.
Okay, I've got one. It's gonna be really really good. I think we're gonna be able to break the tie very easily. I'm not a ride, or a store, or a restaurant.
Okay.
Anybody want to guess?
I don't.
Okay. I'm tiny, easy to miss, and most people walk right by me.
Okay.
I'm a tribute to Disney legends.
Oh. Is that the last clue?
I've got one more.
Okay.
I'm located on Main Street. Jamie,
The windows?
the Main Street
Oh my
windows.
gosh! What
Very
the heck?
good.
Don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years.
Woo!
So on Main Street, there are obviously there are windows in all the shops. If you look to the second floor, up and down Main Street,
That's right.
there are people's names, and those specific names are some of the Imagineers, original Imagineers
Mm-hmm.
that worked on creating Disney World.
Yeah. And multiple other facets of
Yes.
not just Imagineers, but people that were very instrumental in the acquisition of the land and all sorts of media people. That's a really cool aspect that people definitely skip right over.
That's right. All right. Well, where am I? Jamie is there. Jamie did great.
I did. I dominated. That's what you call a comeback, son.
Not happy. All right. Next up, we're going to be drafting, boys.
Oh, a new segment.
Okay.
Yep. So, gonna mix some things we like a lot with sports and Disney. So, I'll be the judge. You guys can draft.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm feeling about judging. Like, I may judge off which characters I like more or whatever it may be. So,
Why don't you explain to them what a draft is?
I'm gonna give a category, and I'll just go ahead and give you the category. The category for this week is Pixar villains.
Pixar villains.
And
Pixar.
so
It's niche.
you will each draft 3 villains from Pixar films,
Okay.
and I will decide who had the better draft.
How many
So-
rounds?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. We're doing snake.
Yeah, we'll snake.
So basically, I will choose first. Then
Sam will
Sam
pick
will pick.
2.
Then Sam will pick 2, and then back to me. I'll pick 2, and we'll keep going until we have 3 of our top Disney villains. And if I pick a villain, Sam cannot. Is that correct?
That's right.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
talk me through y'all's draft strategy. Are you based off pure evilness? Or are you basing off what are we thinking early here?
I feel like that's going to give away what I'm going to choose. So I'm gonna hold mine close to the vest, and I can just
Okay.
tell you that I'm bringing it, Sam.
Yeah, Carter, you asking what my draft strategy is like asking what I drafted. So
That's
I'm gonna hold
That's
still. And
fine.
I'm gonna let Jamie go first.
Wow.
I think Jamie's
All
more
right.
prepared. I think he's got better notes than I do. So I think he's probably gonna win this draft.
All right.
right.
Round 1, pick
Especially
one.
when he picks mine. If he picks mine, I'm toast. I've written down 4 names. So
Round 1, pick 1.
Okay.
The Team Big Mouth selects.
For my first pick in the 2025 Pixar villain draft, the Big Mouse selects Charles Muntz
Of
from
course.
Up.
oh boy.
So
I figured that's where you're going.
listen, this guy, he breaks your heart because he could have easily been the hero. And he's set up in the beginning of the film as the hero. This was Carl's childhood friend. A childhood hero, his idol, the legendary explorer that inspired Carl and Ellie to dream big. But he spent lots of time in isolation and turned into this paranoid guy who surrounded himself with lots of dogs and implemented some devices to where he can communicate with those dogs to carry out things that were evil. So, he didn't start off as an evil guy, but obviously he came that way. And he was voiced by Christopher Plummer, which is one of my favorites. So he has that perfect mix of like a charm, but he's also kind of a menace too, which is obviously why Carl idolized him as a young man. But it's also makes you very fearful of what he's become. So very genius, very smart. I mean, who doesn't want to talk to dogs? And he figured out a way to make it happen. So I went with Charles Muntz from Up, one of my favorite Disney movies. And so why not choose Charles Muntz as my top choice in the first round?
Let me respond to that. I think that's a great pick. First off,
Thank you for the compliment.
yeah,
It's the age-old story. Never meet your heroes.
Oh,
wow.
wow. We need to put that on a shirt or something.
Okay.
All right, Sam, you ready?
All right. So I feel very good.
You got
about
two
mine.
picks here.
I feel
So
extremely good because I was never gonna pick that because I think, and it's no offense, I think I've seen Up
No, I'm
once.
with you. I'm with
Yeah.
I
you.
was sad
yeah.
and I didn't want to watch it again. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the villain from what I think is the best Pixar movie,
Okay.
Monsters Inc.
Oh, nice.
So I'm picking old Henry J. Waternoose. Now that's not what I named my son after. I was want to make sure that
I was wondering.
Henry
I was
is not
wondering.
named after Henry J. Waternoose. Let me just read a quote from Henry.
Okay.
Henry J. Waternoose. Quote, "I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die, and I'll silence anyone who gets in my way." That's a
Golly.
villain.
That's sinister right there.
That's a villain.
Yeah.
That's a guy who's going to do whatever it takes. Now, some may call him a hero if you like villainry because he's an amazing villain. This guy was Sully. He was Sully's almost father figure.
Mhm.
He taught Sully everything he knew about scaring children. And at the beginning of the movie, we think scaring children's okay.
Yeah.
Twist, it's not okay to scare children.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, exactly. So, Henry J. Water, he does some dastardly things,
Mhm.
bad things.
He's just a scary looking dude.
He's a big monster. He's a monster. I mean, Monsters Inc. He's the biggest, baddest monster of them all. He has his buddy Randall, doing all the dirty work. But you know what? Henry gets tired of Randall doing the dirty work, and he does it himself.
Yeah. He wants to get in on action.
Ain't no doubt. And when when I looked him up, he has two occupations:
Oh, what are they?
CEO of
Okay.
Monsters Incorporated. Second occupation, criminal.
Oh,
Oh, on his resume.
On his resume.
he means he gets paid to be a criminal.
I mean,
Is what that means.
it pays sometimes
Yeah.
to be a criminal. And yeah, so Henry J. Waternoose, I think a strong opening pick.
You talk about someone who's good at his job. Henry J. I didn't even know his name, but
You didn't know
I-
Henry J. Waternoose?
I forgot his. I haven't seen that movie
Wow.
in some time, but I do remember watching as a kid, being legitimately scared of him, and so it's a good pick. So, but you got another one right back. It snakes right back to you.
All
So
right, Sam. You're
Do
up
you
again.
have anything about Henry J. Waternoose?
No, I think it's a great choice.
Thank you.
I honestly, I put Randall right there with him, but
Sure.
we'll stick with that
Randall's
because he is
more-
the CEO,
Randall's more like a bully.
right?
He's not even a good
He
villain.
carries it out.
he's an antagonist
the best,
more than a villain.
The best villains are the ones that you think are good guys,
Yep.
and then they turn it back. I mean, just like
yeah, very similar
Yeah.
the Charles Muntz.
draft styles.
Exactly.
So far. It's-
So the second pick for me, I'm going to bring this to Disney World.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, because the only Pixar things I really actually care about are in Disney World. I'm picking Hopper from Bug's Life.
I hate your guts.
That's another very terrifying.
Oh, Sam, you just broke my heart. I had like 6 pages of notes on Hopper.
Wow.
So if that doesn't explain why Hopper's a bad
Ah.
guy, then
I'm
Hopper.
toast. I'm toast.
Let me tell you about Hopper. Hopper. First of all, let's just go to the ride, the attraction
Oh
of
my
Bug's
gosh,
Life.
Yeah.
This one's personal.
My
too.
poor daughter. I love Hadley Jones to death. Shout out Hadley. Poor Hadley could not make it to that attraction.
Mm-mm.
I don't like
She tried.
being in there. She
She
really tried multiple times. I don't like being in that attraction. He's scary.
Yeah.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
And in the movie A Bug's Life, which I think I've only seen twice, in the movie Bugs Life, he's like really bad.
Yes.
You know, he does some really bad things as well. I think the thing about Hopper is that he's not only a bully, so he's like the Randall, but he is that guy and also the main bad guy.
Yeah.
He's the main antagonist, main bad guy in the movie. He is the king of all of these awful
Yeah.
insects. They're trying to kill the ants.
Yeah. Here I am justifying your great pick here. But he was just pure intimidation. I
Ain't
mean,
no doubt.
that's all he was. Do you know who voiced him?
Yes, I do. Kevin Spacey.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Kevin
Dang.
Spacey.
And he's
yeah.
a bad guy.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a reason I've only been in that show once.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad it's going away.
Well, and I just give back to, I love that. I love the attraction just because of the pre-show. And for me, the pre-show of that is when you're walking through
Sure.
all of the fake bug related and punny
Yeah.
no pun
Movie
intended,
posters.
movie posters.
Yeah.
They are so funny.
Yeah.
Every time I go, I laugh. And
Plus, you're in the bottom of the
you're
tree
part
of
of the
life.
tree of life.
I know.
I mean, that's.
Reserved for
I'm just like making more points about your pick than I am.
it's a great pick.
Golly.
all right. You need a big one here, Dad.
Oh man.
He's got 2 in a row though.
It's true.
If you pick my last one, I'm toast. So
Man, that one really, really hurt.
it stung. No pun intended.
So you went with Monsters Inc. as obviously a big title from Pixar. I'm going to go to the biggest franchise
Oh, you taking Cars?
in Pixar, and I'm going with Toy Story 2.
Oh no.
That brings us to Stinky Pete.
Sticky Pete.
So the prospector, he's that villain that it's probably a little bit different now that we're all adults. He's not very intimidating. I would say when you looked at him, obviously he's a doll with a pull string. And when you're a kid, you just kind of see him as that guy that kept Woody from leaving. But when you grow up, you realize Pete represents every adult who's given up on joy. And we have a lot of those
Oh.
people in this world. He's that Debbie Downer guy. He wants to drag everybody else down with him. He spent decades in a box,
It's true.
in his mint package, watching other toys get played with and becoming more and more bitter. And that's understandable, but that also makes him very dangerous. Plus, he's that master manipulator. The whole speech about him being eventually thrown away, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong, but that was part of what made him so effective. Voiced by anybody? The prospector, Stinky Pete?
I don't know.
You have it?
I think it's, oh man.
Take it.
You're going to say it, I'm going to be mad.
It's Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big point for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Fraser himself.
I have no chance in this draft now, but I'll cling to that statement as a compliment. Thank you very
Kelsey
much.
Grammer.
So for my third and final choice in this draft, I'm going to Ratatouille with Chef Skinner. I think he gets overlooked, but he is the perfect corporate villain in a world that we live in that's very corporate. He turned Gusto's vision into a frozen food product, all for money, just to protect his scheme. He was kind of pathetic, but he was also threatening. He's not physically imposing, so that's why I have him as my third choice, but very paranoid, very greedy, and those things make him dangerous. And that chase scene alone turned that villainy into a ride in Epcot with Ratatouille. So I'm going with my final pick as Chef Skinner from Ratatouille.
It's a very good pick. I love Ratatouille. It's a great movie. Chef Skinner, bad guy. And yeah, they're making a point with that character. Ironically, Disney is the one making that point. But hey, still at the same time, it's a very, very good pick.
That's right.
Carl, what you got on it?
I like him. He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's,
I like his little legs.
the humorous villain is my second favorite type of villain.
Okay.
I'll share my favorite one after,
All right.
and I'll tell you why a certain person got snubbed.
All right.
Okay.
Unless Sam picks him here.
All right, Sam. Last pick.
Man, I'm going between two. Let me go ahead and tell you that I'm not even thinking about Cars. I'm not thinking about any other Disney or any other Pixar film. I'm going back to Toy Story.
Okay.
It's between two guys. Okay. I'm going to talk it out. At first, I was thinking Zurg.
Okay.
Zurg.
That's Emperor Zurg, by the way.
Of course. Emperor Zurg. He is the enemy of Buzz Lightyear, who is the ultimate hero in
True.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Right? I was also thinking Woody as a villain. Woody is the original
What?
villain of the first movie.
Oh, come on, dude.
Woody tries to kill Buzz Lightyear.
That's true. That's true.
Dun, dun,
So in terms of like controversial, hey, that's controversial.
Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't know you had so much invested in Hopper. So I feel so confident. I don't need to beg for Woody. I'm going with the ultimate villain in Toy Story. He's a young man named Sid.
Oh, wow.
Sid
I
is
missed
the
this.
worst.
Oh, man,
Sid's
he
the
is.
worst.
For
Sid is
sure.
the kid that you hope your own kid is not.
Yeah.
Right? He destroys toys for no reason. Right? He is mean. He's a bully. He intentionally destroys things, makes things more complicated for everyone. I can't even imagine as a parent having a kid like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're seeing the movie from the perspective of the toys, right? So the toys obviously see anyone that destroys toys as the bad guy. Okay. But Sid is a bad guy. He makes the toys break their code, speak to him because he is so bad.
Yeah.
They have to do the thing they can't do. So he will stop doing what he does. Look at his creations he made.
Yeah.
Sid's a bad guy.
And all the villains in Pixar, they all are working towards something.
Sid's
But
not working
not
towards
Sid.
anything.
He's just destroying things because
Yeah.
that's his personality and his
Right.
dark mind at work there. And so, man, that's a great third pick.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to talk about my picks anymore. Number one, you stole Hopper and you pulled Sid out in the third round. The only reason I was going to throw Zurg in there is because that scene with him when he tells Bus, "I am your father,"
Really funny.
on Father's Day. That's a great line.
really funny.
So anyway, yeah, Carter, you can sum it up if you'd like, but I think we know who won this draft.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna go to Sam. You had a very clear goal in mind of just pure evil,
Yes.
which is what I was hoping someone would go for.
Yes.
That was what my main thing was. Let me tell you my favorite type of villain, the justified villain.
Okay.
Was it 4 different Toy Story villains came up today, but none of them were the right one?
Uh-oh.
Lotso.
Andy?
Yeah.
No,
He's the one that loses his toys all the time.
Andy's mom?
I'm thinking Lotso from Toy Story 3. If you can convince me as a watcher, as a consumer, to understand your ratification and why you do things, you've won.
Hmm.
If I am more attached to a villain that I can feel sorry for, that I can understand where he's coming from, more than someone who's just pure evil. And Lotso, in my mind, was very justified in the things that he did.
Wow.
He wasn't, maybe went a little far, right? He didn't need to incinerate the toys, but I mean, like,
He's literally a teddy bear.
he doesn't have to be. Again, you don't have to be intimidating.
No, I'm saying that's like part of his
You know,
villainry.
he was hurt by his owner. He got forgotten and left. And haven't we all?
I was going to say, do you have something you want to tell us?
Yeah. Did you get left?
We're not going to go there. I did, but anyway.
That's for the other podcast.
Yeah, that's for the.
That's for Emily's podcast.
But
Is
no,
this-
go ahead.
Is this a safe space?
Yeah.
It's a very safe space.
I've never seen Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Never
Wow.
seen it. I've no
Well, I kind of just
I've
spoiled
no
it
desire.
for you.
No, I've no desire to watch it.
Yeah.
I've no desire to watch it, and that's not anyone's fault. The first one is great. The second one is spectacular. It's a
Yeah.
great sequel to a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't need to see the third one.
I'm with you.
I don't.
Well, I was gonna.
Even they made a fourth one, so it undermines everything that could possibly have happened in the third one.
Yeah. So the way that the third one ended was perfect.
Well, great.
Andy goes to college,
I don't
and
care
he
about it.
leaves his toys with a new kid. Right. Why are we making another one after that?
Because
that's
they
what-
can. That's
I
why.
get
It's
it's
called-
money. I get it. But as
That's
far as
right.
and then Toy Story 4, kind of the same way. Like everyone had their storylines resolved. Everything was good.
Right.
But they're coming out with a fifth one.
Gabby Gabby was on my honorable mention list.
Another justifiable villain.
Sure.
Just $5 billion.
Yeah. For the record, Lotso, you know who he's voiced by? You're probably too young for this, Carter, but Sam may know who this is Ned Beatty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The dad on Rudy.
Wow.
That's Ned Beatty.
What?
Yeah.
Still
There
don't
you
want to see it. Still don't want to see it.
I hope y'all appreciate how much I'm supporting y'all's picks.
Yes,
in this. Yeah.
Jamie, thank you so much. Next time, can I just give you my picks and you put more work into it? But yeah. All right, so good draft. I feel great about the draft.
You should.
Not only because I won, but also I enjoy talking about all these characters with you guys.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments who you think should have been drafted today that wasn't.
Yeah.
And why.
Yep.
I can't think of another one. I genuinely cannot think of another Pixar villain.
We cannot leave this category until I justify. Sam shared the story about Hadley in A Bug's Life, and basically, the trauma of that when we took Jackson the first time, and he was hold on by a thread because he wasn't a big fan of mascots. But I'm telling you, when Hopper came out, it was like meltdown city, and he took off running. Like we had to go catch him. And I'm a big guy. It's hard for me to catch a little kid, but
It was like 2 years ago, right?
no, it wasn't 2 years ago.
2024.
Jack was 21 years old.
But wow, and Jackson still will not go in there.
I won't either.
Yeah,
I get it. I did it because I wanted to be brave for my kids.
that's right.
I intentionally sat not with my back against the back. You know what's coming.
That's right.
Mhm.
You know,
And the
you know
ride's
what's coming.
gone, so you can tell people now.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, there are holes in the seats where it feels, or I don't know what it is. It feels like bugs are running behind you.
Yeah, touching your legs.
You touch your
and
legs and stuff. It's awful.
stuff. Yeah,
I mean, it's genuinely, it's a great ride for that reason. Great attraction. Sorry.
Yep.
Great attraction for that reason because it was so interactive.
Yep.
I love, Hopper comes out of the roof. It's
Mhm.
great. It's a funny show for
Sure.
someone. And I don't even really like Bug's Life.
we're pollinators. Sorry.
I'm glad Beckett won't be like Disney age before that ride goes away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's gone. So
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't.
it's already gone?
It's
I thought it was
already gone.
till the end of the year.
No.
It's one of those ones where I just can't see people like clamoring. We need Bug's Life back.
Right.
To me, like it's always blown my mind that a Bug's Life attraction is what's at the
Exists.
center of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, but when they built Animal Kingdom, there was like 3 Pixar movies.
yeah, and
Yeah.
'cause
There weren't
Bugs
like
Life was
10
the
cars.
Bugs Life was the second Pixar movie ever made. So at that time,
Yeah.
it was.
I guess that makes sense.
it was pretty popular. So, all right, good job, Carter. Enjoyed that.
Ah, you aching?
Yup, yup.
For some bacon.
Yup, yup.
He's a big pig.
Yup, yup.
You can be a big
All right.
pig too.
Next up, we've got over under.
Mm.
That's where I'm going to give you a number. I'm going to give you some kind of stat, and you're going to tell me whether that stat, if it's the real answer is over or under the amount of time, amount of whatever I give you.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, as I see, I'm going to go with a few easy ones. Okay. First one, the average duration of the Rise of Resistance ride,
The actual ride.
the ride itself, the whole part of Rise of Resistance, when you walk into the first show
Okay.
Mm.
of
With
Rise
you.
of Resistance
All right.
to the end,
Mhm.
what's the average duration?
What's my number?
12 minutes.
Over.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over.
It is over.
All right.
18 minutes, around 18 minutes. It's the longest ride experience Disney has ever built.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Built.
And well worth it.
Multiple ride systems, pre-shows. It is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have done the single rider at Rise of Resistance, and it was great. I did miss the pre-shows because they were really, really good.
So they bring you to where you
You-
load the
With the
ship?
stormtroopers.
You go straight into the big room of the stormtroopers.
Okay.
Yes. You skip the initial quote unquote ride.
Gotcha. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Okay, great. Second one, the longest wait time ever recorded at Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Longest wait time ever recorded at Disney World. 350 minutes. Over or under?
You go first, Carter.
350 divided by 60.
Oh, gosh.
That's
5 hours.
OCS. OCS.
5
I was
hours.
thinking almost 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say over.
I'm
Over.
going over as well.
You're correct. Rise of Resistance was once posted at 375 minutes.
Wow.
That was on opening day.
That's crazy.
375
man. Can you
minutes.
imagine going there and spending 5 hours in a line to wait to ride one ride?
An 18-minute ride.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just stated. An 18-minute ride.
I'm sure people like went to Disney just to do that though.
Sure.
Like I know some people who
Especially
went
in the Star Wars
just to
fandom.
check out the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number of on-property Disney hotels.
Oh, I think I know the
Number
answer to this, but go ahead.
Number of
Let
on-property
me go
Disney
first.
hotels.
Let me go first then.
Okay.
Since you
Okay.
know.
26.
Oh, it's got to be more than that. Got to be more. Over.
I'm going under.
Okay. It's currently 30.
Yeah.
Ah.
I knew it had to be more than that.
Okay. Well, I didn't know the answer to that one.
Very good.
Carter pulls in the lead.
Of course I do.
That's 3-2 Carter.
I'll
Okay.
probably choke again.
That's fine.
Like the Pacers.
Oh, boy. That's for Hate Sports. Let's say that for Hate Sports.
We hadn't choked yet.
All right, here we go. Test tracks. Top speed,
I know this one.
65 miles an hour.
It's like,
come on now,
gosh, you
player.
It's under.
It's over.
It's under.
It's over. Because it's 67, is it not?
64.9.
Ah!
64.9.
That hurt.
The fastest ride at Disney World.
I was going to say like, because it shows you your speed, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like 61.5 or something around there.
I think the new one's going to be 67.
I'm so excited.
No, I'm just joking. It's
I can't
not.
wait for the new one.
They took
taken
the walls down.
Yeah, they took the walls down.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. That
Signed
should
it.
have
They're
been breaking news.
They're not done, but they're
Okay.
getting there. They've been doing like test cars around it.
Okay. We'll do one more.
Make me feel good.
The size of Animal Kingdom in acres.
Oh, jeez.
The size of Animal Kingdom in
This
acres.
is a big number.
465 acres.
Did you see how he said that? Like begging you to take the under.
No, it's got to be over.
I'm going over.
It's over 500 acres.
Yeah.
Very good.
I just remember we did the
It dwarfs the other parks by
no
size.
pun, they when Chrissy and I did the behind the scenes tour
Yeah.
of the elephant.
Yeah.
And I remember they made a stat that the rest of the parks would fit inside of Animal Kingdom and still have tons of room left. So,
Unbelievable.
Well, I just think about all the land of the safari and
Sure.
getting to / being at the Rafiki. Like,
Yeah.
that's where my mind went. I was like, there's no way it's
Rafiki's Animal Planet.
the planet.
Shout out.
Rafiki's Animal
Or the
Planet.
petting zoo and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Well, Carter took care of the big mouse again. Man, that hurt. I went down in the draft. I went down.
But it is your house. So anyway,
That's true.
you're still winning.
True.
You're a big ugly girl.
So we're working toward an end here on the Big Mouse house. But we are all about the family here. So we have brought in another family member for this last segment. We have brought in none other than Henry Thomas Jones for this segment, which we are calling What, Sam?
We're going to name this category Last Man Standing.
Okay.
Mm.
So to explain this, I'm going to give you a category. And you're going to go back and forth, one after the other. And you have to name something after this, out of this category. If you cannot name one, if you name something that's not on the list, or if you name one that someone has already said, you are out.
Ooh.
And the other person wins. So, for instance, if I was saying, hey, who are the hosts of the Big Mouse house? Henry might say Jamie. Then somebody would say Carter. And then someone would say Bob. And they would be wrong because Bob is not a host.
That's right.
That makes sense, Henry?
Yeah.
Carter, does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay,
So
we're going to go
We're going
Carter
Carter
versus
versus Henry. Oh, I like this.
Carter
Oh,
versus
no,
Henry.
there's a lot of pressure
And
here.
we're going to go back and forth. We're not doing snake.
How many times have you been to Disney?
3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times. Yeah, he's been
Okay.
4 times.
I got him more.
All
Yeah.
right, Henry. Good luck.
Okay, here we
Carter,
go.
Good luck.
Our category today, and Henry, you're going to go first. Remember, don't shout them out. Category is the countries in the World Showcase at Epcot. Henry, go ahead and name a country at the World Showcase.
France.
Mexico.
Let me think.
You have 5 seconds.
America.
United
Very
States,
good.
very good.
Morocco.
China.
China.
Good.
Japan.
Oh,
Canada.
Ooh.
Nice.
shout out for our Canadian listeners.
Oh, me, Norway.
I keep thinking of the wrong countries.
5 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Carter, can you name one to win?
He's thinking.
I was really hoping that I would just win without him saying another one.
no.
Well, you're tied right now because you've both said the same amount.
That's true.
Um,
Give me
5.
Mexico,
4,
Norway, Sweden.
3.
Not Sweden. Oh, gosh. I said Morocco.
1. Need an answer.
oh, I already have one.
Go, Henry. Steal it from him.
Britain.
No,
He said the UK.
He did not.
He did
No, I
not.
did not.
Oh, well, I would have said that. I could have sworn he said
Oh,
that.
but you
UK.
didn't.
Henry's
That's on
put
you.
UK. Henry.
All right, Henry's back on top.
Henry
Carter.
said UK.
I could have
Carter.
sworn he said, no, I don't get
4,
five.
3,
Oh, no.
2, 1.
Belgium.
Belgium
Henry Jones for
has
the
not
win.
joined the World Showcase.
What is it?
Here are the 11 countries. Jamie
He missed Germany.
missed Germany,
They missed Italy.
Italy.
Oh,
They missed.
Those were the last two.
All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
very
just
good.
say, before we started, like I was thinking in my head, I named at least 9 of them.
You're
Wow.
justifying in your head why you lost to Henry.
No, he beat me. But just so you know, when you when you're in the moment and time's ticking, your
Okay.
mind goes
Oh,
blank.
yeah.
You'll
Well,
find out
it,
one
it
day.
didn't. It didn't phase Henry. He beat
didn't.
you
He
fair
beat
and
me.
square.
He
Henry, how
did.
you feel about the victory today?
great. I lost a couple. I had a couple right on my mind, and then they were just gone.
Your mind just goes blank like it's nothing.
It's
Henry
hard under
Jones,
pressure.
master of clutch. Love it, buddy. Great
Right.
job.
I am wonderful.
And that's a wrap up on another episode of the Big Mouse House. Carter, Sam, Henry, and I had an absolute blast diving into the topics and the segments that we covered. And honestly, we know we can keep going until the fireworks start. So thanks for joining us in the Mouse House today. Whether you agree with our rankings or found yourself adding new items to your Disney bucket list, we're thrilled that you spent some time with us in the most magical corner of the podcast universe. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got so much more Disney magic to explore together. Leave us a review, share the show with your Disney loving friends, and if you've got rankings, questions, or Disney debates, don't forget to email us. We love to hear from our Disney fanatics. Until next time, keep the magic alive, and remember, in the Big Mouse House, there's always room for one more. We'll see you real soon.